What's up guys, welcome back to the channel for a new video. I'm really happy to see you again finally after more than a year without making nothing. I put a video last 2 weeks ago, I think, the last episode of the Lone Rider. Today I want to talk to you about the two FPV quads that I've used to make this video. The iFlight Nazgul Evoque F6D V2. It's a 6-inch FPV quad. And then I have also used the Defender 25, the brand new Shiny Whoop from iFlight. I think having these two FPV quads is just the perfect combo for FPV, and I wanted to let you know why and to talk to you about each quad individually and let you know what I think about them, if they are great, the pros and the cons. Oh, and before starting the review, just to let you know, at the end of the video I'm gonna leave you with a quick life update, because a lot of you are following me since a long time, and I thank you for that, guys, but you deserve to know what's happened to me and why I haven't made any videos since more than a year. That way, if you don't care about my life update, you don't need to skip right now. You can just skip at the end. First thing that I want to talk about is the fact that those two quads are running the new DJI O3 Air Unit. That means you can record 4K up to 120 FPS with 10-bit colors. In my latest Lone Rider episode, I've decided to shoot all the FPV footage with the O3 Air Unit. As you can see, the result is really great, to be honest. So I don't understand those guys who say like, oh, you can't make pro work with the O3. You're wrong, guys. I just want to say that. And just to do a quick comparison between the O3 and the GoPro 11, I've seen that the O3 need to have more precise settings to have great results. It's a bit more contrasty. As you can see on this footage, the GoPro have more details into the shadows. The GoPro looks more softer, but now you can also adjust the sharpness and the noise reduction directly from the goggles for the O3, so it's a great add from DJI. To be honest, the GoPro looks a bit better, yes, but you can definitely make crazy good footage with the O3. Just need to put the right settings on it, that's it. Now let's start to talk about the drones. Let's start with the Evoque V2. So the full name of this quad is the Evoque F6D V2. F6 is like 6-inch, D for dead cat, and dead cat because it's a dead cat plate. That way you don't have props in view. On the right, it's the Nazgul Evoque 5-inch with the X plate. As you can see, the props are going in the front, so when I'm flying with it, I can definitely see the props inside the FPV cameras, which is not the case with the dead cat plate. Now we can use the O3 Air Unit to record videos, so we absolutely don't want to have props in view. X-frame are mostly for freestyle, for making tricks. Dead cat plate are mostly for long range, and I saw the difference because it was my first time using a dead cat plate, and yeah, I see the difference. Even when I want to make tricks with the 6-inch with the dead cat plate, I feel the difference between the X plate for making tricks. If you want to use the O3 Air Unit, you definitely need a dead cat plate to use videos from it. Other than that, you're gonna have props in view and you can do nothing with the videos. This drone is a BNF from iFlight with a pre-installed GPS, so basically when you receive it, you don't have a lot of things to do. You just have to update your O3 Air Unit, then adjust your GPS settings and fail-safe settings inside Betaflight, adding your radio modes, turtle mode, beepers, things like that, like always with FPV, and after that you're ready to fly. It's a 6S quad. 6S for me is nowadays a standard for 5-6-inch or mid-long range quads because you have more power, more flight time, so yeah, everything is better. Now let's quickly check the packing list. So when you receive it, you're gonna have inside the Evoque, of course, 2 antennas, 1 battery pad, 2 propellers, and 2 battery strap. If you buy an FPV drone and you are new into this, I highly recommend you to buy more props, because in case of a crash, it's the first thing that you're gonna have to replace. At least I recommend you to buy 5 package of props when you order an FPV drone, because even a small crash can break a props. You definitely need to have more of them. Now let's talk about the design, and I really like the Evoque design because everything is protected. So if you hit the grass or if you crash into the mud, you're not gonna have all of this inside the drone and spending a lot of hours to clean it. Definitely a really good point to have everything protected like this. As you can see, you have LED on the side and under the frame. You can change the color of them. For this, you just need to connect your drone on your laptop, open Betaflight, go to the LED tab, select all of them or each one of them. Personally, I like to have the same color everywhere, so I select all of them, choose your color, hit save, and then it changes the color automatically. About the batteries, now I'm using two different batteries for my 6-inch. The first one are the 1400 V5. I'm still with Tattoo batteries because, to be honest, some people say that they are expensive. Okay, maybe, but you can trust them. I never had any issues, no explosion, nothing with them. With my old 5-inch quads, I was using the 2000 mAh V3 from Tattoo, and I flew with them during like 2 years, never had any issues. Even sometimes I forgot to discharge them and leave them inside the LiPo bag for months or sometimes more. It's not recommended, but sometimes I forgot to discharge them. I used them again 2 months after and they were working perfectly. It's the only thing that I want, security, and I can trust my batteries. So yeah, I'm still with Tattoo and I'm gonna stay with Tattoo for my batteries. And with this 1400 V5 I can fly around 5-6 minutes with my 6-inch with the GoPro 11 on top of it. Pretty nice. The second type of battery that I'm using now is Lion batteries. I have only one, but it's crazy good for long range and cinematic flight. They are really less punchy than the LiPo batteries. It's something that you definitely need to know. It's not made to make tricks. It's only for cruising, cinematic flight and going far, because with it I can fly 12-13 minutes, which is insane, double the time of the LiPo battery. Without this battery I were not able to reach the ridge that I flew on my Lone Rider episode. This ridge was like almost 3 kilometers away from me. With the LiPo battery I were clearly not able to go there. I'm thinking about buying like 2-3 more of them. They are really more bigger. They work with 6-7 inch and more, but not with 5-inch, because they are really heavy. You need to take the habit of flying with this kind of batteries. With a full GoPro on my drone, 12-13 minutes, it's just insane. And I was able to go on top of the ridge, doing my line, go down, and then go back on top again. And even after landing, I had enough battery for another quick flight. So it's just crazy. They are also a bit more expensive than a LiPo battery, but the flight time is double also. And you can find them on the iFlight website, or if you're in France, you can buy them in DFR, the shop, online, or Studio Sport. You can find them pretty much everywhere. And to fly with my FPV, now I'm using the iFlight Commando 8 2.4 GHz remote controller with ELRS system. It's like Crossfire, but it's another system, and it works really well. And the advantage of this is to have a light and small setup. And I'm gonna talk about my new FPV setup and a backpack tour in another video, because everything have changed. So thanks iFlight for all of this, because it's insane. Let's talk about the range now. Some people ask me on Instagram how I get that range with the Evoque. I think the Lion battery changed the game a little bit. Also, I'm always trying to facing my drone, not passing through big objects. By the way, I also think that the ELRS system between the radio and the drone is really nice. And also the new O3 Air Unit have better transmission. Nothing special, I had nothing on my quad, it's just stock antennas and Commando 8 ELRS system, facing the drone, Lion battery, that's it. About the tune of this quad, it's perfect, like all iFlight BNF, nothing to complain about that. I just want to talk to you about something that iFlight have changed on the Evoque series, the mount for the O3 camera. First it was TPU mount, it was not working, because the O3 camera is very sensitive to vibrations, so you need to mount it really nicely and smoothly to remove all the vibrations that you can. TPU was not the great things for that. As you can see on this footage, it was from my first Evoque with TPU. After stabilization, you can definitely see a lot of vibration. But now they have put some silicone to replace that. And as you can see on this footage from the snow, it's just perfect, no vibrations at all. So if you have an old Evoque with the O3, or if you want to switch from an old Air Unit to the new O3 with your Evoque, you must buy this silicone mount on the iFlight website, because other than that, it's not working well. And the other thing that I really like about this change from TPU to silicone is the fact that now in all iFlight drones with O3 you can adjust the O3 camera manually. You don't need to unscrew and screw again, you can just adjust it with your fingers like that. So it's also a really nice touch. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I've recorded everything with the O3 manual settings, but also filters, and you must need filters if you want to use manual settings and record great video with the O3. I'm using the DJI ones. I bought them on Amazon. They works perfectly. You have in the 8, 16, 32. It's all I need for my Air Unit O3. Or maybe an ND4 to do the addition of this. Now my conclusion about this Evoque F6 V2. Really nice design with those LEDs and everything is protected, which is really great. And by the way, you can turn off the LEDs if you want. I don't know if this affects the flight time, the use of the battery, I don't know, but I'm leaving them on, but you can turn them off if you want. You have the O3 Air Unit on it, so it's really great because if you want to don't use or you don't have a GoPro, you can record really nice footage with it. And by the way, the flight time is gonna be better if you don't have a GoPro on your quad. It supports LiPo batteries and Li-ion batteries, which is really great for long range or more longer flight. The range is really great and stable. With my setup, it's perfect. I have nothing to complain about this 6-inch. I really like it and it's my main drone right now. Let's see the price now. So if you have the Avara, for example, and you already have the DJI Remote Controller V2, you can just buy the drone without any additional receiver. It's gonna cost $699.99. If you want to buy the TBS Crossfire version, it's gonna cost $728.99. And if you are like me and you're using the Commando 8 with ELRS system, it's gonna cost $715.99. Now it's time to talk about the Defender 25, which is the new Cine Whoop Tiny Whoop from iFlight. It's a sub 250 gram Cine Whoop with the integrated battery, which is a 550 mAh battery, and a lot of people are comparing it with the Avara, but it's definitely not an Avara. Compared to the DJI Avara, it's more smaller, more lighter. You don't have any assistance or brake option in case you're scared of crashing like you have on the DJI Avara. The only thing who is the same as the DJI Avara is the O3 Air Unit. For all the rest, it's definitely not the Avara. To be more clear, you have the DJI Avara with all the security, GPS things, blah blah blah. And then you have the Defender, which is a real FPV drone, like the 6-inch I was talking about before. Let's do a quick packing list first. So inside the box you have, of course, the Defender 25 O3 HD. Then you have one Defender 25 550 mAh battery, one charging adapter board, two Defender 25 props. To fly with the Defender 25, I'm using the same controller and the same goggles as my 6-inch, which is the Commando 8 for the remote controller and the goggles 2 from DJI. About the design, everything is protected like on the Evoque V2. I really like the really finished design. All the drone, when everything is together, it's really beautiful and I like that. Some people don't care about the design of the drone, but personally I like beautiful drones and having a nice design and modern design. Like I said, this drone is running the O3 camera, but you can put a naked GoPro on top of it. You have the cable ready for naked GoPro. You just need to remove the canopy of the drone, which is just 2 screws. Under this, you can find the cable ready for your naked GoPro. By the way, you can check out the GapRC website. I've seen that they made GoPro 11 naked. For me, it's perfect with just the O3. I have also to mention something is the fact that the frame apparently, for me, because my model is one of the first, but I have some YouTubers friends who have some issues after the first crash. They broke the frame, but apparently iFlight have changed the frame and now they are more solid. I haven't crashed it, so I don't know, but apparently they have changed the frame, so this is fixed. If you have seen other video about the Defender 25 from people who complaining after the crash, they have changed that. Now let's talk about something which is the most important things about this drone, which is the battery system. You can use classic LiPo with it, but it's not recommended. This drone is a 4S drone, not 6S. The battery system is I kinda like it and I kinda hate it. You have two options for the batteries. You have 550 mAh battery who comes with the drone inside the box, or you have the 900 mAh. And to be honest, I found that it flies much better with the 900 mAh. It looks like the tune of this quad is made with those batteries. I'm not saying that it flies like a if you use the 550 mAh battery, it flies really great, but the feeling is better with the 900 and also the flight time. Because with the 550 mAh you can fly around 4 to 5 minutes, and with the 900 you can fly around 8 minutes, so it's also better. Those batteries are LiPo batteries, but they are just all protected and you don't have the balance cable on them. That means you can't check the voltage on them. For me, for example, I have 7 batteries for the Defender 25. When I'm going out, I know that they are all fully charged, but after a flu flight and if I move around and I want to check the voltage of each batteries, I can't with my LiPo checker because there is no balance cable. The only way to know the voltage of your battery is to put it on the charging board, connect to your charger, and then you can know the voltage. Other than that, you don't have some LED like on DJI Avata, for example, to know if they are fully charged, half charged, or discharge. This is a downside. That's why I put some numbers of each battery. It's the only way for me to know which one is charged or not if I'm moving around and I don't remember. The not possibility to check the voltage for me is a downside. Other than that, I really love them. You can put it really easily. You just need to connect it and go. You can swap between batteries really fast, so it's really run and gun. I love this system, but I would love to have something for checking the voltage of my batteries. About the charging system, again here it's great, but the thing is that when you have multiple batteries you need to buy multiple charging boards too. You can't use your classic charger. I mean, if you have a parallel board, for example, because sometimes I'm charging like 8 batteries at the same time with 2 different parallel boards, and here I need to buy more boards for each batteries and then I can connect them to my parallel boards. I bought like 3 or 4 charging boards in addition to the one that you receive with the drone, but for charging it's I don't really like this system, even if it's a nice idea because it makes you more confident when you start FPV and you receive this. You feel really more confident with those type of charger. For me, I have classic FPV charging boards, etc. So the way is to reduce the gear inside my kits, not to add a lot of things more. It's just something more to add in your FPV equipment. That's why I'm not a huge fan of it. About the range of this quad, it's really good. As you can see, here is the way that I took for my Lone Rider video inside a forest, and the forest was not flat. I went really inside and the signal was perfect. By the way, it's not made for making long range. It's mostly for proxy flight, indoors, forest, things like that. And yeah, no issues with the range. The signal was perfect for the radio and for the air unit also. Nothing to complain about the range. For the tune of the quad and how it's flying, I'm always surprised about iFlight tunes because they're always great. They are really smooth and no vibrations. And by the way, they put also the silicone system on the O3 camera, so you can adjust it manually like on the Evoque 6S. There is just something that you need to take into consideration when you're flying outside with this type of drone, is the fact that they take the winds a lot. Because more smaller is the drone, more it's gonna take the wind. But other than that, perfect flying, really stable, no vibrations, even inside the Google, so it's perfect. For the O3, when I'm recording videos, I'm using filters, the same as the Evoque, which is something great. You can have only one box of filters and use them for both drones, which is really great. Okay, it's time for my conclusion about the Defender 25. I really like it. The O3 is perfect for me. You can use filters or not. Flight time, great. I bought like 900 batteries for it because it flies better with them and the flight time is more longer, so it's perfect. I really like the fact that everything is protected. I don't like the charging way, but this type of batteries are great because you can switch them really fast when you're outside and go back in the air, which is something that I really appreciate. For me, it's a really great drone. For example, you have the Avata and you want to switch for the real FPV world, but you are scared to buy a 6-inch or 5-inch. For me, this is a good drone to take because basically you have just to buy the package. You have one battery, one charger, and you can fly because you can use the DJI Remote Controller V2 with it and your Google's V2. I also like the fact that it's really tiny, so you can even put it inside your backpack. The only things that I would love to see is a Defender 35. It's gonna be a bit bigger, but the thing is that it can maybe carry a full GoPro. I like the ability to film with both GoPro and O3. Sometimes just O3, but if I do like pro work or I really want to be sure to have the footage that I'm gonna get, I like to record with both GoPro and Air Unit. A Defender 35 from iFlight, it's gonna be like massive. Let's talk prices now. If you already have the DJI Remote Controller V2, you can buy only the drone without additional receiver. It's gonna cost you $539.99. If you want to buy the Crossfire version, it's gonna cost you $568.99. And if you are like me and you have the Commando 8 with ELRS system, it's gonna cost you $555.99. And also here's the price if you want to buy more charging board. Here's the price for one. For the batteries, if you want to buy a 550 mAh battery, here is the price. And if you want to buy a 900 mAh battery, here's the price too. You're probably wondering why I put this title on my video, like the perfect FPV combo. When I went to the Alps, I bring only with me my Defender 25 and my 6-inch. I've noticed that I were able to cover all the range that I wanted to do. Fast flight, long range with the 6-inch, indoors flight with the Defender. It doesn't take a lot of space to have these two drones. So for me, this is a really great combo to have to cover all the things that you can do with an FPV drone. So fantastic. So I'm done now with the review video. If you want to leave right now, you can, guys. Thanks for watching. But for those of you who want to know my life update and what's happened to me since all the past year, you can stay. Making videos is not my main work. My main work is to be a DJ. So when COVID started, I had no more work. I was traveling a lot before, so no work, no money. I lose my ex-girlfriend, then my house. I needed to sleep a couple of months at some friend's house. And then I met another girl. She was living in Paris and she told me like, you should come to Paris, you're gonna have some work here. And she was right. So I've decided to move and it takes a bit of time, but I found some work as a DJ. So yeah, now I'm working a lot as a DJ here. But yeah, for video it's complicated because, you know, I'm a mountain guy, so I like to film beautiful landscape with waterfall, mountains. And here it's really hard to fly drones in Paris. It's just forbidden everywhere. But I just found a spot where the guys say, okay, you can fly your drone here. It's great. I'm happy with that because I can do some tests, some training there. And by the way, I've received a new drone from iFlight today. I'm gonna make the review directly from my training spot, so you're gonna see it in the next video. Now it's pretty hard because for making videos I need to travel now. I don't have the mountain next to me like it was the case in the Alps. I plan to travel the most as I can for making videos, but that's why it was really complicated, and all of this takes a lot of time to change my situation and to be better. You guys know me, you know that I like to make cinematic videos in the mountains. I didn't want it to just make videos, like random videos like that. That's why for more than a year I haven't made nothing. Even on Instagram I was really less present. For those of you who follow me since a long time, you know that it's just a real passion for me to doing that. I hope I can travel again pretty soon and make small video. I'm gonna do my best for it. Also some tutorials. You always ask me about color grading video, so I'm thinking about it now. Thank you guys again for still being here, for those of you who are here since almost the beginning. I've received some message from you and on Instagram and things like that. I wish you all the best. I hope you're feeling good, and thank you again for watching, for being here, for commenting. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention it, but you can find all the links for the drones, etc. in descriptions like always. If you want to check out some drones or the Commando 8, etc., you have all the links in the description, all my gear. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe to support my channel, and hit that bell to receive a notification for my next video. Thanks again guys, and see you for the next video directly at my training spot for a new review. Salut!